Hello, everybody on Geeky TV. Welcome to this exclusive. Never before. I've never done this before. This is my first time on my channel doing a Geeky TV sponsored hangout. And today we're going to talk about the huge news that just hit just a few minutes ago, and that is the official footage shown not only for Dawn of Justice, but our official ever look at actress Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and also a new look, a better look at Ben Affleck's Batman. So quickly before we talk about the pictures and what we saw, and I also have guests as well. Here I have Lauren, and I also have none other than Brandon, who is the mastermind of the whole Geeky TV experience. I am happy to have you, man. Happy to have you on my hangout.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah. So.
I'm very excited. So before we get started, let's talk about. Let's tell everybody who's watching a full description of the footage that was shown in Hall H today, the iconic Hall H of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I'm going to read the official description to you guys of the footage that was shown, so that way you guys could get a bit of an idea of what the footage was. Okay, so the footage is Batman is standing on a Gotham rooftop in the rain. His costume isn't what we've seen already. It's big and bulky like his armor in The Dark Knight Returns. His eyes light up solid white. He's moving a tarp revealing the bat signal. He turns it on and the camera tracks up to the sky. Superman is there, hovering in the light. He doesn't look happy. His eyes light up with his heat vision as he glares at Batman, and then the title comes up, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. How epic it is, and how much I wish I was a fly in a wall in Hall H to have seen that epic footage. Wow. I mean, how many years has it been? How long have people been asking to have these two iconic characters together? Brandon, let me get your opinion first. What do you think of the description of that footage of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, of Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill finally sharing the screen technically for the first time?
I don't know. His eyes light up white. I'm confused. Like, are there like edge LEDs in his mask?
Kind of like you remember the old school Batman cartoon, how Batman's eyes were always white. So I guess they're giving him that kind of look as well, in the sense.
That's interesting. I wonder how that would affect one's vision. I mean, having edge LEDs that close to your eyes, it's gonna be like, I can't see shit. Hold on, I gotta turn these off. But I mean, other than the logistics of it, if it looks cool, I mean, that's kind of the point of it. I would love to see that image though, like the eyes white. That just sounds like that's either gonna work or it's gonna fall on its face immediately. It's just, I don't know if that would work in live action. I'd love. That's why some of those things you have to see. That's
exactly right. You're correct, and it's kind of like also it sounds kind of like a major design flaw as well. Like it's cool the idea that they're trying to make him look kind of like he would if he were in the comics or in the cartoon series with the white eyes. I get that, but what else do you think? What do you think of actually like actually having Batman and Superman actually sharing the screen? Do you think that's pretty epic, huh?
Yeah, that's great. I've been wanting that for a long time now. Wow. I can't believe it's actually happening, because literally they have been talking about this for like 20 years. I was a kid when they started talking about this stuff, you know? Like, I was 10 when I first read about, like, Superman vs. Batman as, like, a movie idea. Like, that would be great, you know? Then we just had the Burton and Schumacher and Donner films, because screw Superman 3 and 4, they don't exist. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited, and yet I am nervous. That's basically how to explain it.
I think that's the general gist of how everybody feels. I mean, everybody is excited for this movie. It's going to be one of the most iconic movies. It's going to be the most anticipated movie of 2016. Everybody's going to go rush to see this, because we're talking about perhaps two of the most biggest characters in DC's lineup, Batman and Superman, finally after years sharing the screen together. So I hope and I'm praying that this footage maybe leaks online. I hope in a way maybe somebody filmed it, got a picture of it. I'm crossing my fingers that we get to that. But Lauren, I'm gonna give it off to you now. What do you think of the description of the footage that was shown at Comic-Con for Dawn of Justice?
Um, oh my gosh, I still have butterflies, like literally in the pit of my stomach. After you were reading that and I was reading it earlier, oh my gosh, I am super excited for this movie. I don't care what the haters say, or I guess the small minority of people who are kind of on the fence with this movie and the whole concept of it. Even though I really think it's a good idea to have these two big, huge DC characters, Batman and Superman, on screen together, even with having Wonder Woman in it as well. I mean, I'm just, wow, I'm still speechless after all the, like, images came out, all the pictures. I'm just super excited for this movie, so I hope it gets a lot of people in the movie theater to see it when it comes out.
And I think also what's cool is that we also got our first official images of all three of them, not together in a sense, but in their separate environments. You have Wonder Woman, what looks like to be she's in her, that island, her homeland, of I forget the name of where she lives, but it's,
Isn't that Themyscira?
Themyscira, yeah, that was on the tip of my tongue, where the Amazonian women live, and you get an image of her probably in Themyscira, then you have the image of Superman in Gotham, and then you have a brand new image that they showed at Comic-Con of Ben Affleck in the Batcave that looks like to be next to his Batmobile. So we have our first official three images of them, not together, but simultaneously in the same in the same frame. So that's pretty awesome. Also, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, as well as Henry Cavill were all there showing up at Comic-Con together as a group. So I'm hoping, everybody who's watching this, make sure to comment, let us know what you think. But I'm hoping that Dawn of Justice, this footage that they talked about, gets leaked because I want to see it. I'm kind of like Brandon. I want to see how that white eyes kind of thing looks because it sounds like a major flaw in the, not a flaw in the design, but kind of a intriguing thing that they would go for. I know many people have always asked for that, like to have the white in the eyes when he puts on his cowl. But I guess we'll all have to wait and see what happens. Another thing we're going to talk about right now is Gal Gadot and her Wonder Woman outfit. She looks badass. She looks badass in her Wonder Woman outfit. But I will say this, I don't like the color. I don't like the color because they just released a more high-resolution image, so you can see more details in her costume right now. And it's not red. There's no blue. There's no gold. It's kind of a brown bronze color. And I'm looking at the image right now, actually, and it's a very high quality, too, like very detailed. You could zoom in. And it's not red. It's definitely not red. It is a bronze color, very bronze color, brown, no red at all. No red at all, and I'm a little dismayed at that. I don't know what they're trying to go for. Maybe they're trying to give her more of a earthy feel to her costume, kind of more realistic tone, but I'm not liking the costume color, at least. I love the design of the costume. It looks very Wonder Woman-ish. It does look like Wonder Woman, and Gal Gadot looks promising in the costume. Still got to see how she'll act in it, because it doesn't matter how good a person looks in the costume. If you can't fit the role, but you can fit the costume, and those things don't match up, you're not going to do well. But obviously, I'm going to give it to you, Lauren, because I know you're itching to talk about this. What do you think of Gal Gadot in the Wonder Woman costume, and what do you think of the costume colors changing from the iconic, red, white, and blue?
Okay, well, I'm actually looking at the image right now, and I mean, I can see that you're right. I mean, it does look a little bit on the brownish, earthy tone side, especially like the colors, but I feel like there is a little bit of, I don't know, red in it. I mean, there could be something in there that we're not actually seeing because it is a promotional picture. I mean, we don't know if this is how it'll actually look on the screen itself, because you know how they are always editing and going back and changing like the tones and images and all that stuff. I mean, I think it looks great. I mean, I love the Gladiator sort of look to it too. I know they also had an original designer, at least it was rumored, that she was going to have a jacket on, so I'm glad they didn't go in that direction, because this actually looks exactly how I pictured her to be. So.
Well,
I
It
like
does.
it.
Yeah, it does look like she would look. That's how her costume would like. I like the fact that if you notice real closely, she's wearing heels.
Mm.
So, but they're
Yeah,
metallic,
yeah,
so
they're
she's
like
wearing
wedges.
heels. So it does look pretty awesome. But Brandon shaking his head over there. Brandon, I'm gonna give it off to you real quick if you can hear us. I'm gonna give it off to you now. What do you think of the costume design and the color of the costume? And what do you think of Gal Gadot? How does she look like to you in the Wonder Woman costume?
I'm a hardcore Wonder Woman fan, and I was glad when they got rid of the high heels, and so now they gave her high heels again. Table flip.
Not technically the
Table
real.
flip. Okay, yeah, that'll kind of platform me with. But she got the heel going on. What the hell? Nobody runs around in heels. God. Anyway,
Oh boy.
the colors are muted. It's obviously a Photoshop to hell picture, so you can't judge the way it's gonna look. Like Lauren said, it's gonna look different in motion, on film, in different lighting environments. You know, I will give the color a chance. It doesn't look bad. It just I'm still not sold on Gal Gadot. I said when she first was announced that I was like, well, she's okay. I don't know. I don't know. To me, she doesn't have the physique that I would think a Wonder Woman would have. But that's just, I
That's
don't know.
just you.
That's just me. Yeah, I'm picky. I'm totally okay with that. Also, the lasso doesn't look golden. It looks kind of silver or gray.
Actually, yeah, I noticed that a bit. The lasso is not golden. I am a
That
little
is
This is
kind of
gold.
a
I
big,
don't know.
that is
it's
true. The lasso.
a
Oh
big
yeah,
no-no.
the lasso is not golden. It
Maybe
is
the colors
silver. It is silver. It is her lasso is silver.
or maybe
Big
it's
Okay.
no-no right there.
the lighting. I mean, maybe it's. I don't
I'm
know.
looking
It
at
Exactly.
the I'm looking
could
at
be really
it could be the lighting, but it's kind of like, if you're a DC nut or nerd, you're gonna make any excuse possible to try to defend the design to make sure it doesn't. But if you look really closely, it's not golden. It is very much silver because she's holding it next to her sword, which is also silver, and you could tell it's the exact same color. That's I don't know, maybe it's silver, but maybe when she uses it, it turns like it lights up, turns gold, maybe when it
I
gets into her hand. I'm thinking maybe that'll happen in the movie.
I'm also less than enthused with the less than functional sword.
Actually, I think it might be gold because it looks like it's the same color as her like headband thing.
Not really.
I think it's just
Uh,
lighting. I think it's just that's promotional image. It's just the lighting. It's not the final color. I gotta wait till the trailer on that one. Like
exactly, that's true because well, who knows? Because we
I
have the
don't know.
promo images of Superman already, and that's his costume in the new movie. But there's no
Yeah,
changes to his costume that much at all. So, but let's talk
there's a
also.
movie I
Let's
was
talk a
less
little
than
bit.
happy about.
Oh, the Man, yeah, Man of Steel. Let's talk a little bit about Ben Affleck. In the description of his suit in the trailer, it's bulking. So it's not going to be kind of like in comparison with Christian Bale's costume, where it's more kind of a tactical armor he's wearing. Here, it's more like more of a straight up just bulking costume for him to be able to maneuver and fight around. There's no armor or padding or anything to protect him. So, Lauren, what do you think of the costume design choices for Batman? What do you think about him being less of a tactical suit and more of just an all-around suit to intimidate and just fight in?
Yeah, I actually definitely like this design better personally than the one that Christian Bale had in the Dark Knight trilogy. And that's saying a lot because I was a huge fan of that series. This one, I can't wait to see Ben Affleck and how he actually moves around in the suit and how it sort of looks exactly like how it should have been in the comics. And yes, I mean, it looks great.
It definitely looks promising, and I gotta be completely honest, I am digging it way more, like you said, than the Christian Bale costume. It feels more iconic looking. I mean, not to say that the Christian Bale costume wasn't iconic, but this one looks like it's definitely gonna stick. I love the ears are more shorter. It's kind of like the Frank Miller design from The Dark Knight Returns, so that's pretty awesome. Brandon, I'm gonna give it off to you real quick. You're sipping a little Pepsi there. I'm gonna give it off to you. What do you think of the costume design for Ben Affleck's Batman? Do you like the fact that it's less like the Christian Bale suit, where it was more like of a tactical suit? Do you like the fact that this Batman looks like to be more of a brooding, intimidating suit just meant to fight in? Do you like the fact of that design choice?
I am a fan of the suit. I like the short ears. I like the I don't know if I like the light up eyes yet. That's gonna be I think that's gonna be the big thing where I'm like, it doesn't work, or hey, it looks great. That's the only way that's gonna go. But the rest of the suit, Batman's suit has changed a lot in 75 years. Like, every artist takes their own rendition on it, and that goes for movies also. So yes. I'm less protective of the way the suit looks, and as long as it looks like it would be something Batman would wear, and this looks like something Batman would wear. So I'm more lenient on the way the suit looks because it's been literally 75 years of changes.
It has been, and I think we could definitely tip our hat off to Zack Snyder for at least keeping that tradition in check and changing the costume up a bit. There's really nothing else to talk about when approaching this movie, especially with the panel just being less than 15 minutes when it came to Dawn of Justice. But I could honestly say a lot of people are satisfied. This is going to be something people are going to be talking for several days. And we still got to wait to see how Gal Gadot will do, like I said, in the role of Wonder Woman. I, as well as Brandon, I agree with Brandon. I don't think she has the physique of what a Wonder Woman should look like. I know she's trying to build muscle. I know she's trying to build muscle.
I gotta say something about that, though. I mean, that's like just insane how... I mean, I've heard a lot of people... I mean, I've been checking out the Dawn of Justice message board on IMDb. Everybody's literally bashing Gal Gadot for look, and I think that's actually wrong to say. I think that's because, everybody's expecting her to look like how Linda Carter looked. All sort of like busty... And she was probably like bigger. And
I don't think that's what anybody was expecting.
She actually hit the gym. I saw those pictures. She has muscles.
Yeah, but she's not scrawny, no. But I don't know.
But I mean,
I was the guy championing Beth Phoenix for Wonder Woman. So go.
Beth Phoenix, the wrestler.
Yes.
Yeah.
she had a Wonder Woman-like outfit. It was. I was like.
What happened? No, not
she can't act, but I mean, that's the problem. Gal Gadot can at least act. There's, the balance.
I guess a little bit, but I think also I think a favorite for this role was Jamie Alexander, who plays Lady Sif in the Thor movies. I think she would have been a great choice for it. I think the whole thing is that Wonder Woman, I know there have been previous interpretations of Wonder Woman where she's not bulking or too thick or strong. She is kind of thin, but you could always tell in her presence and her look and her form and her stance that she was intimidating. She was strong. When I look at Gal Gadot, I just see someone wearing a Wonder Woman costume.
I'm not sold on it because it's a still photo. In motion, she could impress me, and I will be very happy if she does. I'll be like,
yeah, that is true. There is still that to wait upon to see if she can impress. Because here's the thing, she looks badass in the suit, like I said. She looks absolutely promising in the suit, but can she act while in the suit? That's what's in question, and that goes for all the actors in the upcoming movie, even Ben Affleck. Like, yes, he's a phenomenal actor, and he's Batman, but can he play the part? He looks great in the suit, but can he play the part of Bruce Wayne and of Batman? How will that turn out? So go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, go right ahead. No, I'm done.
So when Man of Steel was coming out, I had a big problem with Henry Cavill because he looked like Superman. He didn't look like Clark Kent. Like, I don't think he can pull off Clark Kent. He does not look like someone who'd be unassuming. You look at Henry Cavill, like, that guy's gonna kick someone's ass. Like that, you don't get the sense of I'm meek. I'm gonna fuck, I just fell over. Like no. If he does that, I'm just gonna be like, that's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So as Superman, as long as they keep Cavill in the suit of Superman, I'll be okay. I have a feeling he's gonna be Clark Kent, and I'm just gonna be like, no, Just stop it. It
Because
hurts
you can't
me.
buy
It
it.
burns.
Because you can't buy someone like Henry Cavill, you know, with his
Yeah.
stature and his build to play the weak Clark Kent. But hey, people thought the same thing of Christopher Reeves, and you know, when he was playing
I
Clark
think the
Kent.
exact opposite. He was the best Clark Kent that will ever be, and I just don't think he. I don't think he sold Superman as well. But it's hard to do those two characters. It's like in a comic it works.
Mhm.
In motion, the problem with Batman and both Superman are they're basically two incredibly different characters on their
Mhm.
alter ego, and so to have them played by the same actor is really really hard,
And
really
it's
hard. And I don't
challenging
think
for them
I
too.
don't think any actor has nailed either both sides of either character perfectly, and I'm okay with that. That's just something that unless we get some sort of amazing like I would have to be blown away for me to be like that was perfect, but it I'm excited because I want to see this movie and the promotional pictures look great, and I want to see this trailer so bad. I want to see motion to some of this stuff so I can say, oh, that looks great. I'm sold 100% on this trailer. I mean, trailers have done that for me, where I just like I see Batman move, and I'm like, oh, sold. That's how it was with Batman Begins. I was like, okay, hey, there's the Batsuit. I'm sold. Like that was, it was like by the end of the trailer, I was sold. I had trepid. I was kind of like, at the beginning. By the end of it, I was like, yeah, I'm sold. This is good. We're good to go.
And that's kind of the same feeling you have with any actor. Like when I heard that Chris Evans
Yeah,
was gonna play Captain America, I didn't buy it. You know, I
I still
didn't
don't buy
feel
it.
he. I
Torch.
still don't, you know, like he plays Human
I hate
Torch and
him.
stuff. But when I saw him in motion, I like him. I like him as Captain America. He plays the part. Same thing goes for Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth. When you saw them in the costume, they look great. But when I finally saw them in motion, I bought that they were the characters. You know, it looked like they could play the part. What about you, Lauren? What do you think? Do you think once we see these actors in motion and finally see them in their costumes and in their alter egos that they're gonna fit perfectly? Do you think they're gonna mesh? Especially Gal Gadot. Do you think she's gonna do good playing Wonder Woman and Diana as well?
I definitely can buy it right now. I'm already sold on seeing this movie. I mean, I think as far as the trio goes, the Trinity, they all look great together, and I can just tell even by when I saw that footage of all of them stepping out on stage at Comic-Con, and I mean, they all looked pretty great together, and just seeing them all, like, even in their costumes, standing right next to each other, I think it's going to be something like nobody's ever seen before, and people are really going to be excited for this.
I think a lot of people are going to be excited for it. The Warner Brothers panel is still going on, ladies and gentlemen. It's not over yet. There is no longer going to be any more DC announcements. If you're thinking that they just finished Jupiter Ascending and they're about to go into the Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies, I think right now, if I'm sure. So we're going to get some more information on that. But Dawn of Justice, huge thing talking about right now. Zack Snyder, definitely a huge presence with Warner Brothers and DC at Comic-Con, starting off this huge Saturday panel with a bang, and we're gonna have to see what happens next. We're gonna have to see if Marvel can keep up, and hopefully, because Marvel's panel is later on in the afternoon, in the evening, so when they come on, we're gonna have to see if they can keep up with what DC had to offer, because they definitely they stacked up the bar pretty high today, early off. So thanks everybody for joining me. I want to thank Brandon from Geeky TV. For joining me. I also want to thank Lauren as well for joining me on such short notice. I know you guys both just came on really quick to join me and talk about this, but I'm happy we did. All around, I personally feel we still have a lot of time, literally 2 years. 2 years until we see this movie. And the movie is still, I still don't, it still blows my mind that
Year
they're
and
in
a half.
production.
I think it's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
making sense for next year's Comic-Con, too.
I know next year's Comic-Con we might have some footage and stuff, but I'm kind of thinking like the regular production for a movie is what, 4 months? This movie's gonna be done.
Depends on location. A length of a shoot depends on location, requirements of actors, etc., 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 etc. There's been shoots that have been over a year long, so it just depends. So.
You're right, you're right, you're right. So we're gonna have to wait and see. We still have another year and a half technically for this movie to come out, and we still have the rest of Comic-Con. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some shocking announcements, like maybe Dwayne Johnson playing Black Adam uh, in
Oh my
Dawn of
God.
Justice.
Sorry, that was inappropriate of me.
Who knows? We might get that. We might not. But so far, for right now, DC and Warner Brothers have made their presence felt. They have made their statement clear, and all around, I think from what we've seen, Gal Gadot looks promising in the suit. Just gotta wait to see how she'll act. So, anyways, thank you everybody for joining me. I will be here on later in the evening to talk about the Marvel Avengers: Age of Ultron panel and talk about what we see and what they talk about and what they show. And hopefully we have a Brandon or maybe even Lauren come back. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But as always, I want to thank Geeky TV for sponsoring us, for letting us be on there. Make sure to click that donate button when you go in the chat. Make sure to help them out because they make this possible for me to stream and to show all this content. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, Romero Movie News, on YouTube. Also, make sure to subscribe to this lovely lady here, Lauren, on YouTube. Lauren Loves Movies. Check her out as well. Brandon at Skin Slip. Well, everybody already knows him on Geeky TV, so make sure to subscribe to him as well on YouTube. Anyways, guys, we are out. As always, I've got your back, so you're on track. See you guys next time. Bye.